welcome to the No Spin News, Monday, August 5th, 2024. Stand up for your country. Well, no VP announcement for Kamala Harris yet. As some of you know, we tape this program in the afternoon, and it airs anytime you want if you're premium or concierge members. And on our distribution network on radio and television, it begins at 6 p.m. So if an announcement is made by Vice President Harris, you go directly to BillO'Reilly.com, and I'll have analysis right there for you. Okay, so we have a good system here. We don't miss anything. So whenever news breaks of any kind of importance, just go to BillO'Reilly.com, page one, message, and you don't have to be a member. Anybody can go and see it, but that's where it will be. Now, Ms. Harris has to announce today, because she's going to Philadelphia tomorrow with whoever the VP selection is. So they obviously know who it is, but they're holding it back. And I suspect it'll come this evening. Now, election news is dominating everything, even though I hoped that we would get at least part of August off. That doesn't seem to be happening. And we've got a tremendous rundown. We're way ahead of this. As you may know, today. So hold on tight. The talking points memo, however, is the stock market. So predictably, I actually told my advisors, financial advisors last week, there was going to be a significant pullback in the market. It's too much turbulence, and the stock market doesn't like that. So the market in the spring believed Donald Trump would defeat Joe Biden. And that's what the market, generally speaking, wants to happen, because Trump is a capitalist and the Biden administration governed far left, almost to the socialist realm. And the stock market doesn't want that. Companies don't want that. But once Biden pulled out and Harris started to emerge and is getting traction in the polls, people get nervous. But that isn't the primary reason that stocks are going down. The primary reason is that the United States is a consumer-driven economy. That means you and I drive the company profits by spending. Americans are world-class spenders. We're not savers. We spend. And over the Biden administration, we've spent a lot because there's been a lot of government money flowing into various things. You remember the COVID payments and all that. Okay. So I'm going to break it down and not be an economic pinhead, because you can't understand what these people are saying. But the American public, the consumer, spends money and spends it at a very high level. That buoys companies and corporations. So their stock price goes up because they make more money. That's simple, right? Okay. Now Americans are running out of money because of the high prices. It's appalling how much that retail stores, includes grocery and restaurants and everything, are charging, not to mention the gas prices. So we are running out of money. And every survey says that most Americans don't have $5,000 to fall back on in case something bad happens. And so we are forced to cut back on spending now. Forced. That's why you're seeing, and remember, the stock market is always ahead. It doesn't react to what happens tomorrow. It reacts to what they think is going to happen in November. They're not sure now whether Harris is going to get in. Remember, Harris has pledged to raise taxes on every corporation and company in this country. And those taxes will be passed on to consumer. That's economic disaster. But most Americans don't understand this, which is why I'm pleased to be delivering this memo to you tonight. Okay, so day one, Joe Biden ignited ferocious inflation. The Democrat mantra is, oh, inflation's coming down. Sure, it's coming down from more than 10%. But the high prices aren't coming down, just the rate of growth in the inflationary area coming down. So again, people don't understand that. They think prices are, no, they're not. They're staying where they were or even going up. Okay. Now, Biden did this in two ways. Number one, attacking the fossil fuel industry on day one with executive orders, slapping all kinds of regulations on them, stopping all drilling on federal land for oil and fossil fuels, making it very difficult for the energy companies to harvest. Energy companies knew that right away, okay, and then lifted their prices to cover, all right, them not having the product they used to have under Trump. You see what I mean? Once the energy prices lifted, then everything lifted. The truckers to the food to the market, everything went higher. That's number one. And then Biden flooded the market with trillions of dollars in government spending. There were way too many dollars. Whenever you have anything too much, the value of that anything goes down. The most valuable things in the world are things that are not common. So you've got to keep the spending under control. Harris will double if she gets elected. Well, double the entitlement spending that even Biden has. And fossil fuels, she's the queen of climate change. Only abortion is more important to Kamala Harris than climate change. So you get what I'm telling you here. The stock market knows all that. They know all that. These are smart people. And they're getting nervous. And they're selling off, which is what you see. Now, finally, in the talking points memo, what should you do? So back in the spring of 2023, April 11th, to be precise, we had a pretty robust stock market pullback. And I got lots of letters. What should I do? What should I do? Here's what I said. Go. So here's what I'm doing. So you know, and this is the Smart Life segment. I'm holding about 22% of my assets in the stock market. A few individual stocks, mostly mutual funds, hedge fund type of thing. Okay? I have a trusted financial team, not just one, because I have a lot of assets. I'm lucky enough to have them. And I have about that in stocks. I am holding that. Now, if you took my Smart Life advice, you would have made a lot of money. From April 2023 to August 2024, the stock market is way up. But I always tell people, if you're going to buy a stock, you got to put a stop, S-T-O-P, on it 20% down from where you bought it. So therefore, if the stock declines, when it hits the 20% down, it automatically sells. So I hope you followed my advice. Right now, I am holding. I might even add to a few AI positions because AI is now getting nervous about it. But I'm not going to buy a lot, okay? Because I don't trust the election in the sense that I think Harris has got a shot to win. And I'll explain that further coming up. And if she does win, oh boy, everybody's going to feel massive pain in this country. But Americans are too apathetic, distracted, or stupid to understand that. And that's the truth. And that's the memo. All right, both candidates aren't doing anything today. As I mentioned, Harris will be in Philly with her VP selection tomorrow. Over the weekend, Donald Trump was in Georgia, and he attacked Republican Governor Brian Kemp. Go.
Somewhere he went bad. And you know what? Your numbers in Georgia are very average. Your crime numbers, your economic numbers, all of your numbers, you're very average. You can do a lot better, and you'll do a lot better with a better governor. You can do a lot better, just so you understand.
I wrote in the message of the day, BillO'Reilly.com. We hope you go there every morning. That was not a good move by Donald Trump. Okay? The Republicans need to take Georgia, and they should take it easy. With the Lake and Riley murder by the undocumented migrant, it shouldn't even be close. But Kemp has a 60% job approval rating in Georgia. Kemp is the most powerful man in the state. He has a political machine, and he's not going to help Trump. He may work against Trump in Georgia. So I know Trump does not like Kemp, but that was not a smart thing to do, period. And I don't know why the former president continues to work against his own interests. I don't. I've spoken to him a number of times. He seems to recognize the fact that he is sabotaging himself to some effect. He continues to do it. Okay. CBS News poll. Now, remember, I'm giving you this poll because it's all over the place and you're going to hear about it. The polling does not matter until after the debate. Nothing matters this August. There will be a debate in September. I'll get to that. And until that debate, this is all kind of just emotion. So 3,102 registered voted, sample by CBS, Democrat 34, Republican 32, Independent 31, fair sample. First question, if the election were held today, would you vote for? Harris 50%, Trump 49, that's a dead heat. Second question, if the election were held today, who would be your choice for president in the swing states? These are only the swing states. Tie, 50-50. Third question, do you plan on definitely voting? Democrats 85% say yes, Republicans 88% say yes. Now, that's edge to the Republicans there. That means that Kamala Harris still has not convinced all the Democrats of her worthiness. The reason that Kamala Harris has surged I wouldn't surge in a bad word, come up in the poll is because of women of color, as we explained last week. They didn't have any use for Joe Biden at all, none. But once Kamala got into the race, there's an identification. So that vote mobilized, and that has lifted Kamala Harris to where she is now. The Wall Street Journal did a very interesting report. I'm stealing it, but I'm giving them credit. So there are some very powerful people behind Kamala Harris that you and I did not know. And they are Ray McGuire, Brad Karp, John Hennis, Mark Lasry. All right, McGuire is the president of Lazard. All right, he is the highest ranking black executive on Wall Street. Lazard is a financial firm. Karp is the chairman of Paul Weiss Rifkin Law Firm. I have dealt with them before. They are unbelievable partisans for the Democratic Party. Unbelievable. You get the other two guys. Hens, H-E-N-S, is the CEO of the C Street Advisory Group. Okay? So it's another financial deal. They're deeply involved with politics. Mark Lasry, CEO of the Avenue Capital Group. And these guys are all pumping big, big money into Harris PACs. There is big money coming into the Republican precincts as well. It was a Trump fundraiser in Bridgehampton, Long Island over the weekend. I think it raised $15 million. All right. Elon Musk is going to pump, or has pumped, $20 million into a Trump PAC, Political Action Committee, and he'll do more so. So Musk is on Trump's side. Musk is doing this to counteract Mark Zuckerberg, okay, who pumped $420 million into helping Joe Biden in 2020. $420 million, one man. Staggering. So Musk is going to help Trump. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Okay, let's go to the mail. Stephen Hurlbert, Brookhaven, Georgia. I live in one of the key battleground states, obviously Georgia. I'm a lifelong Republican, voted for Trump twice. But his latest diatribe against Governor Kemp may have cooked his goose. Folks I know are shaking their heads. Here we go again. How can he win Georgia without Kemp? I don't know. I don't know. Should win it easy. Thomas, the Georgia rally turned me off. Trump has to quit going after people. Stick to the issues. Otherwise, he will lose. Yeah, I don't think that's bad advice. George, it's clear Donald Trump needs a savvy media advisor to prepare him. The election is his to lose, but if he's not careful with the personal attacks, he will do so. So I think much of my audience, and it's millions around the world, they're sympathetic to the Republican Party at this point in history. But there's danger here. Nancy Quiserick, Austin, Texas. My friends laugh at me because I'm always saying, well, Bill says, you've probably explained this 100 times, but I'm a simple woman. Why does the progressive left want the government to take over, i.e. socialism? Wouldn't it hurt them too, since socialism has been a failure everywhere? They don't look at it like that. Number one, they don't accept the socialist brand. These are the people who are supporting Kamala Harris, okay? And number two, it's motion. Most of Harris's support is an anti-Trump vote. It's not a logical situation, Nancy. Bill Horton, Roseburg, Oregon. My wife and I are new to the No Spin News, but we watch every evening now. What should we do, and what are you doing considering your investment wealth if Harris wins in November? I'm not going to do anything until I see how it all shakes out. The danger is that Congress would go Democrat, giving Harris a free field for 2 years to absolutely wreck the United States economy, which she would. So if that happens, then I'm going to huddle and, that's all I can tell. You got to wait. Can't do anything now. That might come back at you. Karen Crincoli, Floral Park, New Jersey. Florham Park. I have a friend that said Trump wants to eliminate Medicare. I never heard that, but she said she read it. Can you confirm? You got to stay away from this stuff. If the friend who told you that, who's desperately wrong, you always say, where'd you see that? It's precisely, exactly where did you see it? Then you tell me, and I can do something about that. 80% of what you see on the internet is propaganda, or worse. Donna Jason, Port Washington, New York, on Long Island. Thank you, Bill, for revealing the truth about Mercedes-Benz and her ties to Hitler. Years ago, my husband and I saw a secretly taped documentary in which Nazis living in Argentina were asked how they were surviving financially. They said, Mercedes supports us. That's not true. I wrote Killing the SS. We know everything about the Nazis who escaped to South America. Mercedes was never involved with that. They were involved with the war machine that Hitler established up to here, and they largely got away with it. Patrick Chilikoshia, Milford, Massachusetts. The Killing Book series is a great idea. You must have a large number of researchers for these projects. Love the information. Witches was fantastic. We have two, me and Dugard. That's it. That's it. So if it's no good, you can blame us. If you love it, as you do, Patrick, you can praise us. Two. Peter Dobleman, Omaha, Nebraska. I took my family to the Truman Presidential Library in Missouri this past weekend. I'm a lifelong conservative, but thought the museum was fascinating and very well done. Truman was a Democrat. I found myself wondering, will O'Reilly address the Truman presidency in confronting the presidents? Of course. Truman was an excellent president, and he gets plenty of airtime. Okay, I want you to go to BillO'Reilly.com because we have the memorabilia, political memorabilia, which is really going great. All right, there are the mugs. But when you come back to me, I'm going to show you two in my hand. These are my favorites. A Cup of No Joe and Not Woke. The other ones are good too. But if you buy all four, we give them a huge discount on them. And what you do, what I've done, is I save all the political memorabilia and I pass it down to my kids. You know, I got political memorabilia going back to Eisenhower, personal stuff that I have. So this is we're going to have a little bit more too. I'm designing some more. We also have a whole bunch of stuff on the book end. We have one of the nicest gifts, perhaps the nicest gift we have on BillO'Reilly.com, is a leather-bound edition of Killing Patton. Now, it's expensive, but boy, is this a beautiful gift. So it's good for Christmas, good for anything, birthdays. Check that out. Word of the day, do not be temulant, T-E-M-U-L-E-N-T. I think they say timulant when writing to me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town. But if you're timulant when writing to me, I'm not even going to read the letter. You got to look it up. Final thought about a blunder I made in a moment. By now you have heard me talk about Delta Rescue. They are a fantastic organization that helps rescue animals from the wilderness. You know I'm a dog lover, so is Leo Grillo, the founder of Delta Rescue. It is his life's mission to provide everlasting care for these once abandoned animals. I myself have donated to Delta Rescue. Do you believe it is part of man's duty to care for dogs and horses, the animals that so much of our history is tied to? If so, please consider making a donation or consult your advisor about leaving a gift in your will or trust. There can be some tax advantages, and it's a great way to help Delta Rescue accomplish their mission. So please visit deltarescue.org to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Do you think America's headed in the wrong direction or the right direction? Unfortunately, many young people don't know our country's history or the importance of our founding fathers. But Prager You is changing all of that. As a conservative nonprofit, they reach millions of young people each day through educational videos on American values. Right now, they want to share their amazing video series and ebook on America's founding fathers free of charge. So please sign up for the Founding Fathers 101 series at prageru.com/founding fathers. Each day for the next 7 days, they will email you a 5-minute video on America's founding fathers plus a free ebook. That's a great time right now to brush up on your founding fathers' knowledge so you can share it with those in your life. Please visit prageru.com/founding fathers. Sign up for their free Founding Fathers 101 series today. I highly recommend it. All right, final thought, slow down. So I got to take some meds for, the skin cancer stuff and all of that. It's not serious, but I booted it because I was rushing and thinking of other things. And I miscalculated the meds, and I paid a huge price for it. Boy, did I feel terrible for 3 days. So that I had to learn that lesson. So when you go in and you're doing any medical stuff, slow it down. Deep breath. Concentrate on what you have to do. I mean, the Terror Dog's got all these meds. I got to concentrate every day. What I give her, when I give her, but I didn't concentrate on me. And boy, was that bad. Financial work. If you're doing financial work, slow down. Okay? It's methodical. You don't want to make any mistakes. All right? I'm better now, but I blew the whole weekend. And it's my fault. You got to slow it down. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. Tell your friends. I mean, we are just rocketing all over the world now. And there's a reason. And this is such a serious election. You know that. Tell your friends, all right? You're doing them a favor by telling them. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.